Hello, hello. Welcome to day 212 of Bligniting. And yeah, what an interesting weekend. I've just literally spent the last hour and a half journaling and writing my stuff out because that just helps give me some clarity. So this evening, after yesterday's challenges really with what I recognised this morning, it was I felt a little bit victimised, a little bit poor me, that I wasn't getting the attention that I felt I not deserved, maybe a little bit, but that I definitely wanted, and that made me sad. And it was from people that were in my friendship group and were doing their stuff. But I managed to shift the energy on that this morning and recognise that I was focusing. Hi Lisa, hi Nikki. I recognised I was focusing my attention on Sophie. I'm feeling sorry for myself, and I didn't want to continue the day. I'd got a day planned with my niece and her little girl, and I wanted to enjoy it. I didn't want to bring myself down with thoughts of what should be in inverted commas, and how I believed other people should have behaved. Because if you're ever thinking around, should's just such a impossible word really, because if you think people should be doing something or should be behaving a certain way, you just got to recognise that that's just not true, because if they should have, they would have, and if they haven't, then that's not your thing. So that was a good realisation. I got my exercises done this morning. I've got a little sort of routine that I do in separate. I've got several little routines that I do in. I'm sort of pointing around my room because I do them in separate spaces in the room. And this morning I did the whole shebang, which I haven't done for a while. And it ends up in I do a bit of yoga, do a bit of breath work, and I do some EAM / EFT, my own version of those modalities, just to get my energy in a good place. And it really works. And because the weather wasn't, we had sudden sharp, a lot of rain downpours today. So what we'd originally planned to do with my little toddler niece, which was going to a local play farm, was not really going to be good. So we went into town and found a soft play, which was just perfect. So Olivia, my niece's daughter, sat on my lap. We bumblebee. She was playing on. The two of us got to scoot around, and she played very happily in the soft play, where me and Kelly could use the opportunity to catch up and chat and have a coffee. And I had a brownie, so that was it was really lovely. Then we went back to Mum's. And I'd taken Bumblebee back, my scooter, and dropped her off at the house, and picked up Sophie, my dog, to bring her over to Mum's so we could all have roast dinner together. And my son was there as well, my 20-year-old son, so we had a lovely dinner, chatted, caught up, read some stories. Forgot to take any photographs. I don't know what's going on with us photographing at the moment, but we didn't. And we usually try and get some family shots, but didn't get any. But we had a nice time. We were fully present. I felt fully present anyway, and enjoyed it all. Sophie. And then I dropped my son off. This was about 8 o'clock, so it's still light. Dropped him off, and he Sophie, shut up and sit down. Go on. Shh. Shush. Don't know what she's barking at anything. My son lives in town, with the streets are quite narrow. They haven't got any on they haven't got any drives. They're all terraced houses. So people are parked down both sides of the street. So you have to, be quite careful. And I pulled out of one street into another one, and I just turned right, so I wasn't going very fast. And there was a car on the left-hand side, and it was a little white sports car. And there was two guys standing on the path, and it was a 3-door car, so it was a wide car door, and he'd got it wide open right into the middle of the street. And I was like, how rude. So I was looking over and giving him my best steely, dirty look while I sort of swerved over to avoid his car door, and then I crunched my car door into somebody else's van or car. I don't even know what it was. And the wing mirror went smashing in, and I just, you heard this horrible crunch. I'm sure you know if you've ever had anything like that. Come on then, you can come up if you want. Come on in. Come on. In. And and then I sort of thought, shall I pull over or shan't I pull over? I half debated to, and then decided not to. You know, that split-second decision where you decide. So I was beating myself up a little bit. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I've done that. My poor wing mirror is just flapping at the side of the side of my car. Come on then, if you want to come up. Come on. And so I got home, and poor old Sophie was in this footwell. But, neither of us were damaged. We were okay, but it was shit. I got home, and then I couldn't even get out of the car. The car door was, I dented it so much I couldn't open it. So I had to climb over into the passenger seat, which ain't easy, and managed to get us both out. And then I've taken some pictures and shown you on Facebook, because they were a bit of a bump. And then I felt really guilty, because I thought, oh my God, I've bumped into somebody else's car, and it must have damaged their car as well, and I didn't stop, so I did a hit and run effectively. I thought, that's pretty shit. So then I thought, maybe I'll write, fill out a little bit of paper and go back, see what I've done, and leave a note to admit my part in it, if you like. But then I thought, oh my God, I've got to drive all the way back through town with a smashed up car, and I can't, it's hard enough for me to get in and out of the car anyway. Sophie, shut up, please. Shh. And where was I? Yeah, so and I couldn't get out of the car door anymore, so I'd have to climb over the passenger seat, and I thought, oh God, that's just too hard. And I didn't know who those guys were and what they'd seen and what they'd taken notice of and all the rest of it. So I was feeling a little bit bad, I suppose, for want of a better word. So I wondered who I could ask for advice, because I didn't know what to do. My niece, bless her, is a pretty grounded, sensible human being. So I phoned her, and she gave me some really good advice. She said, look, if you phone the non-emergency number and report it as a police incident, let them know what you've done. That way, if somebody else reports it, you've already admitted your part in it, if you like. So I thought, well, that's a good idea. That makes sense. And you can do that online. So I learned. So that's what I did. So I filled in that form. Then I filled in my insurance form. So I feel like I've done the right thing. So I feel better for that. But it was really interesting how I was busy judging them and their disrespect for other drivers, and thinking they deserve to have their car door knocked off, and then I knock my own car door off effectively. So interesting, isn't it, how these things work out? So yeah, it was an interesting turn of events, Gina, and that's few lessons to me to keep my own eyes and judgments on my lane and let other people do whatever they need to do. I mean, it was in the middle of the road, but there wasn't enough room for me to get through if I'd kept my eye on the road, if I'm 100% honest. So, yeah, shall we Blignight? Oh, and also what I did this morning, and I will share this on social media as well, because I shared if anybody else is a disabled passenger and find it difficult to fill up your own car with fuel, in the UK there's an app called Fuel Serve, which enables you to get in touch with local petrol stations to let them know you're coming and ask them for some help. So I went along to our local Sainsbury's and asked them for some help, and it worked really well. You'd basically let them know you're coming in the next half an hour. You arrive, tell them what pump you're at, and somebody comes out of the shop to fill up for you. Fabulous. I was like, yeah, this is great. But then you can't pay. She said, how are you paying? I said, well, I've got a card. And she said, well, because they've only got, you have to put your PIN number in when you pay at pump, which meant I would have had to get out and put my PIN number in. Or she said, I'm not really allowed to take your card out of sight, so I'm not allowed to take it in the shop to do the tap, the contactless. And I said, oh, well, how does that work then? And she said, the only way we can do it is by accepting cash. And of course, these days, we're hardly using any cash at all, are we? So that would mean I would have to stop at the cash point, to walk to the cash point, to get the cash, to go back to the services, which sort of defeats the object, because it's probably harder for me to walk to the cash point than it is to walk round the side of the car and fill up my own fuel. And usually I'll get my son to do it, but he wasn't here. So yeah, it started off as a really good thing. I was really excited and it really worked well, but they haven't got the payment thing sorted out. So yeah, if there was a way of paying it sort of online, that would be better. So a bit disappointing really, but I tried it. Anyway, let's Blignight now, shall we? I need to. What a day. What a day. Right. And yeah, anyway, I'll talk about that in a minute. Right, let's breathe. So allow yourself to feel, hi Margine, hi Benji. Allow yourself to feel supported by the furniture underneath you. And if it's safe to do so, close your eyes. Oh yeah, take a nice big deep breath in. And fill up your whole body with that beautiful, nurturing breath before gently and deliberately and very, very slowly expelling your breath. Another big deep breath in. And then smile as you give a slow and deliberate breath out. And another big deep breath in. And as you release your breath, allow your body to fully relax as you tell yourself, I am safe. Right here, right now, I am safe. Then put your hand over your chest and connect into your heart. As you breathe and really feel your heart. And I invite you to connect into something or someone that you really love, or even just the word love. And today with my niece's little girl, she's such a little sweetie. So we read books and she sat on my lap on my scooter, and yeah, I watched her play in the play zone and just just enjoy being a little girl. It was quite beautiful. Now you can open your eyes. Let's have some laughter. Laugh at myself for actually thinking about, oh my goodness. Yeah, there I was thinking about they should get their car door smashed off, and I smashed my own car door off. That's top manifesting when you think about it. I've got to get more intentional. Oh dear. So my intention today was to meditate, and I did do a little, but not a, I'm judging my own meditation practice now, but not quite as mindfully as I did before. So I tend to do it. I woke up early and then went back to bed and did a bit of meditating but then I sort of dozed back off. Whereas my intention is to meditate sitting up, so I'm not going to fall asleep, and just do 15 minutes of silence where I'm really focusing on not just my breath, but just the moments of silence as your breath ends and before it goes in, to really listen in as if you're listening for something. So if you do it now, just when you breathe in and then breathe out, and when the out breath is fully exhaled, just stop for a minute and listen as if somebody's going to tell you something, and just notice. So let's do that. Breathe in and then out, and then silence. Interesting. Yeah, so that's my intention. Do some more meditation like that to really, really connect into me and my deeper intuition and my own wisdom. That's my intention. I am also going to visit the podiatrist. I was already planning to go on Bumblebee rather than the car. I'm also going to meet Kelly and Olivia and go swimming. And then I was meant to be picking Zach up from the airport. So I'm going to have a look and see how roadworthy. I think it's still okay to drive. Obviously, hasn't got a wing mirror, but yeah, we've got the other wing mirrors, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And tomorrow evening, I'm going to watch Tim him and his band have got through to Rugby's Got Talent, the final. So that would be good. Me and Kelly are going to support him. So I've got a fun pack day tomorrow. And I'll see if I hear from the insurance people and see what's happening with the car. That's my intention for tomorrow, to breathe and to meditate. What am I grateful for? Well, I'm grateful that nobody got hurt today. I'm grateful that I've got a wise and sensible niece. I'm grateful that I had a lovely roast dinner cooked for me. I'm grateful that we spent some precious moments with my grandniece and caught up with my son. Yeah, and I'm grateful that I've got a Motability car that's got good insurance. A lot to be grateful for. Nature. Oh, we've seen a lot of rain today. yeah, really torrential, coming down in pieces. So we needed it. Everywhere's very brown at the moment, so it was well needed, and hopefully the grass will start looking a little bit greener because it feels a little bit brown at the moment. Bless it. I also rescued a slug crawling up my only a little one. It was only a little one about this wood crawling up my front door. It took me three goes to lob it outside the front door, but I did eventually. And I also saw a very interesting orange and black caterpillar when I was trying to climb over the little fence to pick up Sophie's dog poo. So that was my little notices, what I noticed with nature today. Anything else? Not in particular, no. Ingest, what did I ingest today? I didn't have anything this morning other than my lemon water. Oh, and a matcha latte that I made. And I had a banana at Mum's. And then, I had a brownie when I was out and an oat milk latte. And we had a roast chicken dinner when we got back. And a little mini Magnum ice cream with white chocolate, which was quite nice. And what have I been telling myself? Today I managed to shift the energy quite a few times, so I'm quite proud of that. This morning I moved it definitely from feeling sorry for myself to a more empowered place. And what I did this morning as part of that shift was actually to get some work done. And this is my trying to get organised for my Toastmasters. There's quite a lot of bits that I need to do, and I want to be proactive because once it's done, then I feel better. It feels like it's an energy shift up. And Toastmasters is my safe, happy place. So, that felt good this morning as well. And telling myself that I can choose the direction of my thoughts. And if my thoughts aren't making me feel good, I can shift what I think about. And that's what I did this morning, and I did it really well. So I'm proud of that. And even this evening, actually, after the crash, I did feel bad about what I'd done. Obviously, it's like nobody wants to smash their car. And then after my judgment on these guys of impacting somebody else, because it was I suppose it was their action that caused my action, but it was my thoughts to their action that really caused my action. So that was big lessons. So I'm even grateful for that. And I did enjoy the day. Obviously not the crash bit, but I enjoyed the other bits. And tomorrow the sun is meant to be shining, so I won't need to get in and out of the car as much. Yeah, interesting day, hey? Ready for a song? Blignite my happy, Blignite the happy in me, Blignite, Blignite the happy in me. It fills my world with wonder, and every day with glee. Blignite, Blignite the happy in me. Blignite, Blignite the happy in me. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.